Hey guys, this is a follow-up on my last service visit, and here's the service. It says that there's like 12 issues, but some of them are not mine, so we're just going to go through one of them, each one of them like we did last time. The first one looks like a service bulletin because it's not my concern. It says inspect front half shafts. I have no idea what the hell that means. So they inspected it and it looks fine, and no further action was required. Second problem is the problem with the Falcon Wing door, sensing that there are things there, and they fixed it. So let me just show you. It's working fine now, and the problem was that it said that one of the legs of the ultrasonic sensor bracket of the Falcon Wing door did not adhere properly. And then they also replaced the ultrasonic sensor. So that's what they did. Yeah, so it's two items. The ultrasonic coupling and then also the carrier. Oh, sorry, the ultrasonic sensor and also the carrier. And then number 3 is not really a problem. It just says that the foreman inspected stuff and confirmed that all the bulletins have been addressed. I guess the bulletin was the number 1. So number 3 concern is not mine. Number 4 is not mine either. It's just a courtesy inspection, and it just notes they just pull some logs and check firmware, inspected the 12 volt, blah blah blah. Topped off windshield wiper fluid, all the weird, the normal stuff. They did check the tires and stuff. Note down that my service loaner number, car wash, and vacuum, all goodwill. Which I like. This is a luxury automobile. They should be doing this type of stuff. That number 5 is that loose nut thing underneath the rear 2 tires. When I went to retrieve something underneath, I found that those nuts were loose and barely hanging on. And what they say here is it's 2 rear shear plates. I don't know what the hell they are. They seem, from what they say, it's not important. Yeah, so they tightened it, and I took a look. It looks fine. And what I found was they also missed like some nuts that not nuts, those snap-ons. Let me see if I can show you. Underneath here, there's a lot of these nuts here that actually hold the I don't know what you call this, but it holds these pieces of the carpeting or whatever, the cover, the wheel cover, in place. And behind, you're not going to be able to see this, but behind there, it was missing a nut or one of these snap-ons. So yeah, so they actually fixed that too. That was one of the concerns, but they didn't list it. Number 6, here's the goddamn problem that's still here. So what happens is the front door, the window does not slide down when it opens, and if it does open, when it closes over the trim. I'm going to put a video of it again because they seem to think that it's a calibration issue. This is the second time that they calibrated it, and I also noted that the automatic closing of it actually tore the seal, so they replaced that. But it's still doing it. So I don't know what that problem is. Calibration doesn't work, and it's a very intermittent issue, and I really, really hate this issue because I can't walk away from the car and feel that it's gonna close reliably. And what happened is, so I'm gonna call this the Adam Levine issue, because I put up a picture of Adam Levine driving his Model X with that issue, and you can actually see. I'm gonna put or slot in the video that I took of it recently after I got my Model X back, and it still has that issue. And I can put my hand in between the window. So it's a really problematic issue. I don't know what the problem is. Could be the regulator, could be some kind of short. I don't know what it is. But I'm going to call it the Adam Levine issue. As you can see here, the picture of Adam Levine driving around his Model X with that issue. The same exact issue that I have. Okay, move on to problem number 7, the charge port. As you can see, the car is in a open state because I'm standing close to it. If you take a look at that, my spoiler is up since I have the active spoiler. And what happens is you're supposed to be able to do this, and then it opens. So there is a button here that you can press. So the last time I brought this in, they said they fixed it, but they didn't. So this is the second time that they're fixing it, and they finally found the issue, which is that there's some kind of internal short with the door. They had to replace the whole assembly. So good thing, because now it works. Problem number 8, whenever I stop, I get this really, really weird issue where the front parking sensors would light up, and I have no idea why. And they seem to think that it's because of overspray. So they replaced all 4 of my parking sensors, and guess what? The problem's still there. So they went ahead and replaced it, but it's still there. Problem not fixed, and yeah. And yeah, let me just show you where the parking sensors are. So there are 4 ultrasonic sensors in the front. There goes one. Here's another one here. So they said it was overspray, so you can see that it's a different color. I don't know if it's showing up here, but it's a different color than my paint. So I don't know what kind of paint they used, or if it's new or whatever. But here's the other one. So not counting the one by this side right here, the one that's black, there's 4 of them, and those are the 4 that they replaced. Okay, problem number 9. Creaking noises coming from vehicle when I drive. A lot of creaking. They found that my driver's seat seemed to be creaking, so they tightened it. And then they also found that the middle seats, the middle rows, the rubber is rubbing. So if you get 3 seats, you're gonna have some rubbing. So they say that that's nothing they can do about it. And it's basically gonna be making this annoying sound whenever I turn, or yeah, just basically it's gonna be always there. Problem number 10. So problem number 10 is actually problem number 8, because 2 of them are not mine. Right? One is the Bolton, and one is actually 3 of them not mine, but we'll figure that out later. So problem number 10 is noise coming from the right front vehicle when driving. So when I do hard accelerations, I get this really weird clunk noise, and never had it before, and very hard to reproduce. But I was able to show one technician last time, and then I was able to show them again this time more consistently. So they found that I thought it was actually coming from the rear, but it's actually coming from the front. So they found that the front drive unit mount was loose. That's kind of scary, eh? Talk about quality issues. I'm driving around in a car that's like 700, close to 700 horses, and the motor mount is loose. Anyway, so they basically remounted the motor mount, and they test drove it and they said it's fine. But now I'm having another issue where whenever I go forward and reverse, I hear this thump noise. So I'm not sure if they actually fixed it or they tightened everything. So that's gonna be another issue that they have to fix. So they fixed one issue, which is the clunk noise, and now they replace it with a thump noise. Issue number 11, they did not fix it. Issue number 11 is when I'm driving on the highway around 80 miles per hour. I showed it in the previous video that the car shakes, and you can't really see it because it's very hard to capture on video. You can only see the reflection is shaking. So I'll show it again, but again, it's still there because I've driven it a couple of times already. What they thought was it's the wheels needed rebalancing, which is bullshit, because if it's the wheels balancing, it would happen all the time, not just during when you drive the first 5 minutes of a car being cold, right? So very bad diagnostic abilities here, because it doesn't make total sense at all, or doesn't make any sense at all. Because if you rebalance the tires, or if it's a balancing issue, it would happen all the time, not intermittently. This is a mechanical issue, or I don't know what you would call it. Would it be like the only way I can describe it is that it seems like it's the front motor fighting the rear motor at certain times. So it doesn't seem like it's totally smooth, and it's like a pretty, I would say it's a pretty bad shaking, but I don't know. So they rebalanced my tires and blah blah blah. It didn't. I'm still experiencing it whenever I drive the car cold. So it's not the rebalancing. And here goes the last issue, my range issue. So I've been complaining about the range on this ever since I went on my Toronto trip. And I guess with all the issues that I've had, and you know, my car spending a third of its time in the service center since I got the car, they decided to give me what I asked for, which is just the standard tires. So the history behind this is, when I ordered the car back in January, when I selected the 22-inch wheels, not these are 20-inch wheels, they said nothing about the 10 to 15% decrease in speed. I mean, the 10 to 15% decrease in range, or the penalty, they call it. So you trade off range for handling. So yeah, so I didn't think it was such a big deal, and by the time they put the warning up on the website, it was already somewhere in April or something like that, and I couldn't change my order anymore, and they wouldn't allow me to change my order. So I figure I get the car, and if the issue was really bad, if you watch my Toronto trip, I couldn't even make a 160-mile trip on a full charge. 250 miles, 160 miles, could not make it. So that's a 35% decrease in range, so it's totally unacceptable. So the 22 inches that I got, the 22-inch rims that I got, came with summer performance tires. So if you take a look at their current top of the line, which is the P100D, and pick the 22-inch rims, it comes with all season tires. Actually, across the board with all the Model X's now, they do not offer performance tires. I mean, the summer performance tires. They give you these all-season tires. So I basically asked Tesla to give me some discount on a problem that they never told me about. Meaning, they never told me that I would have such a huge degradation in range by going with the 22s. And so they finally gave in, and what I asked for was just like a 50% discount, but since I had so many issues, they felt the need to give me these for free. So with the quote that I got was about $3,800 to get a set of these. So they gave me $3,800 for free. And I haven't really been able to verify whether these will actually give me the range yet. So I have another test set up. I did an initial test, and it doesn't seem like I'm getting the correct range either. But again, the temperature has dropped significantly since I did the initial test. So I can't verify until I figure out a way to get rid of some of the other variables. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to warm up the battery first and then go for a test drive. But if you want, we can take a look at this. Is the standard wheels. That's how they look like. And in the rear we have 275 45s, and these are the all-season tires. So I just requested that they give me what they are selling now to everyone who is buying these cars. So this is what they gave me. That's the rear, and the front is the 265s 45s, and they're also 20-inch, and they are Continental, and they're called the Cross Contact LX. They are the MS, which is mud and snow, which is all season tires. So yeah, so hopefully with these I'll get some decent range. I'm gonna do some more testing to see. Maybe I'll do it tonight and see what happens. So anyway, I still have issues, and yeah, I have some weird issues, but that needs to be fixed, that stupid window. And what else? Yeah, and that weird driving noise that shifting from reverse to drive, I have like this thunk noise now, which is weird. And yeah, that's it for now. What else do I have? Yeah, I have some other issues, but I'm not keeping track. I'm keeping track of them in a spreadsheet. So when I go back and do the painting repairs, so I want to show you when I got my car. There's a painting issue. As you can see, this is not a dirt mark. It's actually a painting problem. So they tried to buff it out, but it never buffed out. So this is something that they owe me. And I also have some weird paint peel in the rear. So right here you can see that the paint is peeling, and I actually thought it was some cover, meaning they forgot to rip off the cover, and then when I went to rip it off, it was actually the paint. Yeah, so maybe this is why they're getting rid of the white. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because they're having paint problems with it. Between this here in the front on my Falcon Wing door and this weird issue, maybe that's why they're getting rid of it. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, and also some minor issues. I mean, when they gave me back my car, my inside passenger side seat was dirty. I think I can still show you that it's dirty. I was able to wash off most of it, but I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can probably see it. So you can see the dirt here, dirty mark. So somebody with some grease or something sat there. I don't know how to remove it. I'm just gonna let them figure that out. Yeah, I don't know how to remove it. So anyway, thanks for joining me on all these issues that I have. I don't make shit up, and I'm a huge Tesla supporter, but man, they're really testing my faith in the company, because there's so many issues with this car. And you know, I have 2 Teslas. I'm a supporter. It's just that I'm going through a lot of issues, and I want to share them with you. So anyway, yep. Thanks again for watching, and like and subscribe.